And we're happy to have Brett joining us right now by telephone. Brett, how are things going in South Carolina these days?
Oh, they're going pretty good. Just trying to enjoy my off season and stay busy and spend some quality time with the family. And I'm sure we'll be back in Tampa for spring training before we know it. So just trying to soak up a little bit of life at home.
So I want to ask you about how your season ended, because the oblique injury that you incurred in the 147th game of the season ended your season. How is the oblique feeling right now?
Oh, that's great. I mean, I think I was at a point where right at the end of the season, about the 2-week mark from when it happened, I was at the point where I could have, started doing things that just the timing of it wasn't too good. We had a week and a half, 2 weeks left to go in the season, and it was a 2 or 3 week injury, and there was nothing really I could do to get back in there. It would have just gotten way worse, and I would have been completely shut down. So it was frustrating. Definitely glad that I was able to play in the games that I played in, but wish I could have stayed in there till the end.
When you were injured, the Yankees had 15 games left in the season. They were right there knocking on the door for a wild card spot. So how literally and figuratively painful was it to just be able to watch and not be able to contribute?
Yeah, I mean, I felt a lot of that last year, full season ago, when I didn't play hardly any at all. So it's not a good feeling. And to go down right here at the, like I said, with two weeks to go in the season, I think we were a couple games out of the wild card spot, just fighting like we had in all season. And to have to take a back seat and just kind of cheer guys on, it's tough. It's tough not to be able to go out there and compete and help. And it's tough the way the season ended.
You mentioned Tampa a little bit earlier. I remember having a conversation with you last spring training, and I said to you, how would you take 280 to 290 as a batting average, 340 to 350 as an on-base percentage, and 40 to 50 stolen bases? And you said, I would sign up for that. Now, your numbers were almost right there, except on the stolen base side, 24 stolen bases. Did you consciously not run as much in 2013?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't run as much. Early on, got thrown out some with Robbie Cano at the plate, and the order obviously wasn't who we kind of expected to be in the order going into the season. So we did a couple things differently, but it got me frustrated, got me a little gun shy maybe getting thrown out when he was at the plate, and especially with 2 outs, things like that, and dealt with some leg issues here and there that kind of kept me from running, but I was able to stay on the field and stay in the game and just try and be smart about it. So I definitely plan on trying to run more next year. I want to make it a bigger part of my game, and wish it would have been a little different last year, but it just didn't work out that way.
Another big part of your game is obviously defense. You go back to 2011, a lot of people thought you should have won a Gold Glove award. You look at all the defensive metrics. How much value do you think you bring as a defensive player, as the Yankee center fielder?
I'm not sure about that. I mean, I just try and go out there and keep runs off the board, play good defense, and sometimes you go out there and make mistakes, but you try not to let it carry over in other parts of the game. And I know that at times my offense is going to struggle, and it's going to be a battle to get on base. But I feel like day in and day out, that's something that I can bring to the game is good, solid defense, and try and pick up the pitchers a little bit and help them out.
Is winning a Gold Glove something that you look upon as a personal goal, that before your career is over, you hope you can have one of those to put in your mantle?
No, I mean, I think that'd be really cool as far as a personal achievement, but it's not something that I'm shooting for, not something that not something that I worry too much about. Just continue to work on my game, both sides of the ball, and like I said, let everything else fall into place, and just try and go out there every day and play hard and give it my all.
Every spring training, you have to introduce yourself to new teammates and new players, but the Yankees are in a period of transition right now. So as we look ahead to the 2014 season, what are your thoughts about the Yankees? I know they still have some holes to fill, so it's kind of a difficult question to answer, but what do you think the 2014 Yankees will look like?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. It's still pretty early in the off season. It's November 21st here, and we still have a few months before spring training starts, and I'm sure that we'll be adding guys and filling out our roster right up until the middle of February. That's usually how it always is, and it's always an exciting time of the year going in and meeting new guys and seeing how things are, and hopefully we got a couple familiar faces, and Andy and Mariano that definitely aren't going to be in the room, but hopefully hopefully Hiroki comes back if that's what he wants, and hopefully Robbie Cano's back, and we'll see how things shake out.
I've talked to Paul O'Neill, who said he never picked up a bat during the offseason. Then I've talked to guys like Jeter, who says a couple of weeks after the season, he's right back at it. What will the rest of the offseason entail for Brett Gardner?
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely start hitting before Christmas and continue to work with the weights and watch how I'm eating and continue to do those things to keep your body ready. But it's nice coming into the season coming into the off season, pretty much fully healthy and be able to work on things and start hitting between Thanksgiving and Christmas sometime in early December and continue to work on baseball activities, continue to work on my bunting game, and continue to work on hitting and try and make strides with that, and go into spring training with my legs in really good shape, and that's really it.